Hey, what's up, YouTube? We're here making a video of us traveling to Washington, D.C. We're going to see Gustavo Petro. He's having an event talking about his discussion with the President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Who's Gustavo Petro?
Gustavo Petro is the president of Colombia, the current president of Colombia.
That's great. That's great, Kevin.
And we're here with Ymir.
Javier Trevor, Politogolo, political science internationalist out here,
That's what's up.
making a change in the world one road trip at a time.
So, we were talking about?
We were talking about the recent victory, Diana Moreno, who just won the assembly seat that was once held by the mayor right now, Zohran Mamdani, that she was able to be his successor with her victory as she had this past Tuesday, February 3rd, in these special elections. Yes, Diana Moreno is a democratic socialist and a female feminist and an immigrant from Ecuador.
So she was born in Ecuador.
She was born in Ecuador
She came to the United States at a young age.
at a young age, I believe like around 11.
So she was 11. She came, she did her studies, and now she is
Assemblywoman.
assembly nominee
Woman.
woman.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. And she got the endorsement from Zohran Mamdani.
Who is Zohran Mamdani?
Zohran Mamdani is the mayor of New York City, democratic socialist, and also and also an immigrant too.
He is
Born in Uganda,
Africa,
the motherland.
So Mamdani is what, 1 month in
Yes.
power.
And his mayoral administration.
How's it going?
It's been going good. It's been, slow and steady. We just gotta see how, you gotta take your time with this stuff. He's not gonna undo what the last administration did in a month. I mean, hey, he was able to pass universal child care.
He did?
Yeah, it passed.
Wow, that's huge.
That is huge.
Because what people were saying is that the families were paying so much money every month because childcare is expensive in New York. It's like paying rent. Is that true?
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know. I don't pay for childcare, but whatchamacallit, I could imagine. One day. Oh, but look, I just wanted to show we're passing through Sitco. The whole main reason why the Trump administration wanted to intervene in Venezuela.
Sitco.
Yeah, that's a Venezuelan oil company.
So it's a Venezuelan transnational company because it has its company in other countries too, right?
Yes.
Other than the U.S., do you know what other countries?
Not really, to be honest.
So right now, what's Sitco's role after the U.S. intervention?
I mean, I can imagine they're making deals. They're planning to open up to U.S. capital, U.S. interests, given what occurred last month on January 3rd with this attack, this brutal attack, terrorist attack on Venezuelan sovereignty. It was a bombing of not even just of Venezuela, but of the continent. And then the kidnapping of President Nicolas Maduro and the First Lady Celia Flores, who are right now locked up in the MDC out in Brooklyn. A same jail where they had the ex-Honduran president Juan Orlando Hernandez locked up. They have Puff Daddy locked up there, Diddy, and Luigi Maggioni, the guy that killed the CEO of
United Healthcare.
So now we got Maduro there. I mean, how you feel? You feel like we're living in a dystopian reality?
Well, Maduro is a legend right now. He's known worldwide. Everywhere you go, people know the president. They're talking about it, especially because of the way that he was being kidnapped, the way that the intervention happened. Because a couple of months of bombing the Caribbean, we're bombing boats, fishermen, and then ultimately what ended up happening was U.S. bombing the capital of Caracas and kidnapping Maduro, bringing him to New York City. And now he's locked up in a federal prison in Brooklyn. And it's been a month, right?
It's been a month, yeah.
And you were there. You were there 2 days ago?
I was.
How was that?
There was a good rally. There was a bunch of us that We rallied outside the prison, showing our solidarity to the Venezuelan people, expressing a message of wanting to free Maduro, President Maduro, and the First Lady. So I don't think it was bad.
His son was talking, right? There was a presentation.
Yeah, his son gave a speech. His son does a speech of gratitude and appreciation of us being out in the streets. That's the people from the United States.
What's the message? What type of message does he want to give to people in the U.S. about his dad?
Basically, that there was an encroachment of their sovereignty and that the people of Venezuela do not want war. The people of Venezuela want peace. They want to figure out a way to mediate the differences between Venezuela and the United States and basically to, have his father free.
So anyway, did you see the girl that is a U.S. citizen, U.S. born citizen from Chicago, that she was shot by ICE?
No.
Like, I think she was shot like 8 times.
But what was her background? She's Latina?
Latina. Her last name was Martinez, but she was born here.
But what is she? She's like what, Mexican American or not?
Oh, I don't know what part of Latin America her parents are from.
Oh,
I think she was Mexican. She has like a Mexican accent, but she was born in Chicago.
that's crazy.
So
I've seen.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and not to get off, not to go on a tangent, but in connection, I've seen that mayor that I like a lot. You like a lot too from Chicago, Brandon Johnson, that just put forward a lawsuit against ICE.
I saw that.
And what's his name? Greg Pavino, the wannabe Nazi, commander of ICE. Yeah, that guy's a good leader.
So what do you think is gonna happen? With the lawsuit?
Uh, I don't know. We gotta see. I think this serves as more of like symbolic gestures of resistance during these times where we're kind of moving more towards a fascist state. Like Kevin, you wouldn't think, since you weren't born here, but you were raised here, that you would ever think the United States is becoming like these fascist like states, right? These like fascist countries.
I never thought I was gonna see the U.S. the way it is right now, because usually U.S. It's a representation of freedom, where it means that you can go anywhere and nothing's gonna happen to you. But even U.S. born citizens are getting shot in the street by ICE.
By ICE,
Being supported by the president of the United States.
right? Like our sister Renee Gold.
What happened to her?
That she got shot in Minneapolis. She was a 37-year-old mother, an activist for immigrants.
She was Caucasian, right?
She was a white American. Yes.
White American.
And then we had our brother, Alex Pretu, another white American, but a nurse for veterans, who got shot like 2 weeks ago in Minneapolis for recording ICE, taking out his phone, and then defending a woman.
So all these 3 cases, they have something in common, which is these people have been shot because they were filming ICE.
Right.
That's what happened.
Right. And also, I think part of this is due to what I'm guessing is the state trying to enforce their power and trying to create fear amongst the population. Because like in Spanish, there's a saying, cuando quieres, quieres, when they want to, they want to. Like we can't, it's not far-fetched to think that some of these shootings or like some of these killings from ICE, from the immigration law enforcement, isn't a coincidence, or they don't have no intention behind them. Because look, for example, the government of Trump was able to go into Venezuela and kidnap Maduro and the First Lady without any bullets to them, and in order to have them parade around in New York City, in the streets of New York, while they shoot this woman, Renee Gold, I think Good, who was an activist for immigrants. It's kind of like sending a message of fear, Then they're killing the white people. That all the people who are non-white were fucked.
And there's no way of holding accountable this government agency ICE.
Yeah.
They're basically assassinating and killing and violating human rights, and nothing happens to them. These guys don't go to jail.
Nope.
They're not.
You can't attack them either.
You can't attack them
because you go to jail.
You go to jail. So it's like they're giving them so much freedom to do whatever they want, and nothing will happen. You're not gonna spend time in jail or nothing for killing civilians that are not doing anything illegal. That's the power that they have right now.
Right.
And now what I'm kind of scared of is the future, because it's gonna keep happening, and until what point are these people gonna this agency is gonna
This
keep
right.
keep like violating human rights?
Right.
It kind of reminds me of what happened back in I believe 2008 in Colombia, where they have the falsos positivos. The false positives.
Yeah.
The military, which is just assassinating civilians in the street, posing them as they were guerrilla members, but in reality, it was just normal people,
Right.
and they committed a genocide. So what makes you think that it's not gonna happen here? Like ICE, at the point that we're seeing ICE, the numbers are going up, and as years pass, this can become a genocide.
Right.
We were talking about what happened in Palestine and Gaza, but we're living in here in the United States, and the world's not saying anything. Everything's just kind of quiet. Like we keep seeing the videos on the social media, but there's no repercussion, and the people just continue their normal lives. I feel like we can't allow that. We have to do something about it.
That's a fact. So it's important to make content to fight disinformation. Wars come in all different styles. You have the conventional war, when it comes to the arms, diplomatic wars, economic wars, like the sanctions, blockades against countries like Venezuela, Nicaragua, Iran, and Cuba. Cuba is crazy what's happening right now. There's a starvation campaign. I believe they say Cuba has like about from 15 to 20 days left of fuel. They really want Cuba to fall. And that's all because the United States will never forgive Cuba what happened in 1959 when they had their socialist revolution, becoming independent fully and then being one of the first socialist countries in the Americas. So we'll see. Everything is also knowing how to resist and fight back. Tactics.
That's why it's so important, the meeting that the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, had with Trump, because one of the things that they talked about was Venezuela, and basically what they were saying is that in order for the U.S. to take out the oil from Venezuela, they need a lot of energy. And what country can provide so much energy? Well, Colombia. But Colombia is not able to because there is some U.S. sanctions on Venezuela that doesn't allow for that trade to be placed. So what the Trump government is talking about is taking away those sanctions so that the Colombian can start bringing in that energy, and they can use that energy to extract the oil. So that's a win for Venezuela, because
Yeah.
they're talking about taking away sanctions
Yeah.
to make international trade. What do you think about that?
I think it's in the funny part about all of that is that Trump is doing this deal with the same government in power. Like they took out Maduro, but it's still his government. It's still the same government. I mean, yeah, you have the interim president Delcy Rodriguez, who's now in the reins as the president, was vice president before, but it's still the same. It's like if he did the same deal with Maduro. So, but I think they're trying to figure out ways to see how they could divide and conquer the population inside Venezuela. The Bolivarian, the Chavista force, but I don't think it's going well. I think there's been also more of a sense of unity amongst the Venezuelan people, more like the Chavista faction.
Are they supporting the new president?
Yeah.
How is people like perspective on the new president right now of Venezuela?
With Delcy Rodriguez?
Yeah,
I think she has like a 92 approval.
and she also came to the U.S. to speak to Trump, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
She's planning to.
When is that happening?
She's had phone conversation. Oh, well, it should be happening soon. I think what's been happening right now is just like they're slowly moving that, like they're slowly doing it little by little. Like Trump sent his envoy, the person who's gonna be, I guess, like the ambassador for the United States and the U.S. embassy out in Caracas, and then Venezuela is about to send their ambassador.
Here,
Yeah, here.
where are they gonna have the
I think they're gonna.
Venezuela?
I think they're gonna open up I know they have a consulate in New York City, and they may have to open it up in DC, which is still a win. I mean, they had those places closed down for like what, a decade, and it's all because they didn't want to recognize the government of Maduro, but now Maduro's out as the face, but this is still the same government. So in a way, it's kind of like a weird ass. It's like a win.
And it brings up that the question is, why not make the deal with Maduro? Because Maduro could have kept being the president of Venezuela and made the deal that now they're making with the same government. But they decided to bring him to the U.S.
Yeah.
violating international law.
I mean, it shows that a lot of it could have been done for show, just because the U.S. wanted to make a point of like
Like
flexing their power onto the world. Because January 3rd, it really changed the whole game. I feel like not even just in Latin America, but worldwide. Like the U.S. showed under Trump that they don't really care about international law. For them, like Mike Made's right, the law of the jungle.
It shows that they have the power to interfere in any government or election with force and without no repercussion at all. Because the world didn't do anything. China didn't have no reaction. Russia, the superpowers, was just quiet.
Right. And that worries me about Cuba. Because if they were able to do what they did in Venezuela, they could easily try to do this in Cuba, and they're planning. But we need to, yeah, I mean, you have to be ready.
Then how about Haiti?
Haiti is also sad too. Haiti is a failed state right now. That's because the U.S. doesn't allow Haiti to have a stable government.
Because I know you have a very close friend, Danny
Shaw, yeah, professor.
Professor, CUNY professor.
Latin American studies, Latin American and Caribbean studies.
And he was here for a couple of weeks, right?
For like a month.
For a month.
Yeah.
And you spoke to him. What did he say about Haiti?
Well, he says Haiti right now is in a divide. There's a lot of misinformation. A lot of people think that like a lot of the gangs there are seen as like revolutionaries fighting against the state, where in reality these are paramilitary groups they're working in cahoots with the CIA in order to make Haiti an unlivable place for a lot of Haitians to lead, and also make it really difficult for Haiti to be governed. Danny was talking about trying to organize youth through culture, through sports. Maybe try to like do a soccer league out in Haiti and politicize people through soccer leagues. I mean, Haiti's national sport is soccer.
And it's like the first time Haiti's gonna be in the World Cup.
Oh, really? Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a big time win. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got to root for Haiti. Haiti is very important, a very important country in the Caribbean. And that's
when the revolution started.
The Haitian Revolution, 1804. And if it wasn't for that revolution, a lot of countries wouldn't exist, whether that be Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, and including the United States. We can't forget, I mean, we learned about the Louisiana Purchase in school. But why did the Louisiana Purchase happen? Because Haiti, the revolution, crippled the French Empire. All of that was New France. There was even a Haitian man that discovered Chicago, which Mayor now, Brandon Johnson, gave the guy who discovered Chicago his flowers, like recognizing the Haitian man that discovered Chicago.
All right, yo, Mayor, we're in D.C. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling excited. It's going to be another adventure.
You ready to see Gustavo Petro?
I'm ready.
So it's like 32 degrees. It's kind of good weather, better than New York City. You're fully excited to see the president of Colombia. But first, before we go to the event, we're going to get a quick beer,
Chill out. We had a long ride. It wasn't fun. It wasn't bad. The ride over here? Kind of
it was quick, bro. Good conversations, listening to some hip hop.
Some Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Sunday we got the Super Bowl. But it's all good. So funny thing, we got 2 beers, and look at the name of the beer. It's called DC Bro Corruption. So we're going to have 2 corruption.
What's up? Salud.
Cheers for that.
We're here in Washington, D.C., right by the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Library. About to go see the Colombian President Gustavo Petro speak.
So you ready to see your president?
Yes, I'm ready. We have to take everything out of our pockets? What annoyance.
¿Quién es el señor presidente de la
de sentirnos desprotegidos en un planeta en donde todo gira a partir de la destrucción de un orden internacional y de la violencia en el mundo, que la vemos surgir por todas partes, nos hace que nosotros en lugar de dispersarnos nos unamos más. No puedo hablar de Uribe porque es candidato, pero no, Uribe fue el mejor presidente, pues mejor presidente es el que logra la mayor ocupación laboral de su sociedad, porque la riqueza nace del trabajo, y es este gobierno, este que critican tanto, el que tiene la menor tasa de desocupación de todo el siglo XXI.
The event that we just had with the president, how do you feel about this? What we just saw was Petro one more time showing what real leadership is worldwide. He made clear that it's important that the people of Latin America come together and build the power that we need to actually governments do what we need them to do, which is fight for the dignity of every single human being. He made it clear that we as Latin Americans living in the United States have the power in our culture, in our organizing to actually transform this country in this critical moment where we have a dictator trying to take away our rights, not only for immigrants, but basically for all working class communities in this country. So I think the call is one of hope, one of the importance of organizing and building grassroots power. And that's what we're going to continue doing, is making sure that what government is in power, we, the people, will fight for workers' rights, for immigrants' rights, and to make sure that everybody has a life of dignity.
My name is Stella Gassi. I am from Puerto Rico, Boricua, very fondly named and known. And even though I'm not Colombian, I am here in solidarity with President Petro. I believe that his visit here in DC to meet with President Trump, even though I have my opinions about our current president, I am very happy that he was able to demonstrate what diplomacy is, because it's not a very easy situation to deal with President Trump. And he was able to kind of like have a very good report. So that's why I'm here. I wanted to kind of like have the opportunities. I'm pretty sure he doesn't visit every single time. This is going to be the end of his term as well. So I think that this will be his last visit as a president. So why not?
Aquí primero decir que estamos contentos de haber participado en un evento tan importante como es la voz de un extraordinario compañero, camarada de la lucha antiimperialista. He podido presenciar personalmente la posición firme, esa postura revolucionaria de un compañero que defiende a su pueblo, y no solo a Colombia, sino a América Latina y al mundo. Recuerdo cuando el presidente Petro en la misma Organización de Naciones Unidas planteó una propuesta totalmente, diríamos, atrevida, que es la conformación de un ejército mundial de salvación de la humanidad. Ese es un gesto que realmente llegó a calar en el fondo del sentimiento latinoamericano.
My name is Jimena Sanchez. I'm an activist. I've worked on Colombia for over 30 years, and for the past 20 with the Washington office on Latin America. I think that this event was a great success. Actually, the entire meeting, the whole delegation was very, very positive. Prior to this visit, there was tremendous concern that we were going to see some kind of intervention or coercion against Colombia, and that was going to increase the already complicated security situation that exists in that country, in a country that's overcome major obstacles in the past 30 years. It's obvious that Gustavo Petro has a lot of friends here, a lot of fans. He's definitely treated like a rock star. I think it's been difficult for even the Secret Service to be able to stop people from coming in, hugging him or giving him gifts or asking for his autograph. And so I think that they were also a bit surprised, because most of the time in Washington, D.C., when people come out to see a president, they're there to protest. So I think that's been very positive. Also seeing the diversity of Colombians that came out to see him, because in prior governments, it's usually just a certain class of Colombians with a certain level of education. But here, we have really the real panorama of Colombia, socioeconomically and culturally and ethnically. So I think the meeting was awesome too, with Trump, in the sense that it showed that despite differences and despite extreme polarization that exists in the world, and especially the United States, it's possible to find a way to have common ground and advance in mutual interests. And this is something that we need to start doing globally because we're really heading in the wrong direction.
Mi nombre es Luz Maver, estoy aquí desde Washington acompañando al presidente Gustavo Petro. Hago parte de la campaña de educación financiera. Nosotros somos una organización que ayudamos a las personas tanto a salir de deudas como a tener una jubilación digna en este país. En este país todos si nos los proponemos podemos llegar a una jubilación digna sin tener que depender del gobierno, sin tener que depender de otros. Así que pues nada, es aquí feliz de ver al presidente Petro, feliz de escucharlo y pues de ver las estadísticas. La verdad es que es un ser humano muy, muy bello.
We just finished an event with the Colombian president, Gustavo Petro. We're still in the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Library in Washington, D.C. My first time here, and wow, it's amazing just to see the amount of history you see right here on the walls. Right here, you see a mural dedicated to Dr. King and his legacy from his humble beginnings in Atlanta, Georgia, to his evolution. And right here, look, I have a picture of Mahatma Gandhi from India, who they say that he was influenced by his philosophy of nonviolence, resistance, and all this history. History that should never be erased and always remembered.
Is that where he gave his famous speech?
I have a dream speech. Yeah, that's a picture of it. Looks exact. And yeah, look right here. You see the symbol of people getting hosed down. It's kind of like similar to like what's happening right now with these ICE protests. You know, how people are getting, you know, oppressed by the state. You know, this is part of the history, American history.
It's like history tends to repeat itself. It's forgotten.
I mean, you can't forget, like, when they did the civil rights movement, they were protesting, it wasn't like rainbows and butterflies the way they make them seem. People got hurt. People, look, that's a bombing right there. There's people getting hosed. There's people getting jailed.
Out of history.
History. Transformation of the society. I mean, think about it. This was a cultural revolution that shaped U.S. institutions and that was able to defeat the apartheid Jim Crow institutions. But certain things that we have to defend because the fascists want to reverse it.
All right, we're back to New York City.
We're back in New York City, in Washington Heights.
What a trip. It was a
We're
long
a trip from D.C. You do it again?
I'll do it again. Hell
Yeah, we saw, what's the name? We saw the president, Gustavo Petro. We got to build with local organizers in the D.C. area. We had a good time, and we went to a local spot. A local, like, I think El Salvadorian spot, very good pupusas out there.
You ended up doing some
We
karaoke,
did some karaoke,
talked to some girl,
talked to some girls, did some salsa.
did some salsa.
So, you know, and be getting ready for this Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance. We
And,
did a lot of cultural things this week, you know?
Very
I
interesting.
feel like I did a lot of, well, you did too. You just came back from Colombia. But like going to me going to Maduro's, you know, rally in front of the prison, given his first month of being kidnapped, to Diana Moreno's like victory party in Astoria. They're going to see Gustavo Petro.
A lot of work. You've done a lot of things
A
today.
lot of work, yeah. And then Sunday's going to be Super Bowl to see Bad Bunny.
So we're gonna keep doing this work, you know,
For sure.
keep making videos. So just follow us, subscribe to our channel,
Right.
hit that like button,
Most definitely.
and share it with your friends.
And stay tuned for more.
All right. See you in the next video.
Peace.